Hey party people, y'all done see me in this outfit all this whole time, but like I gotta get this content recorded and knock it all out. Is this mic on? Okay, good. I gotta get this content recorded and knock it all out, because if I don't, it ain't gonna get done. So today I was like, it's content day. We knocking all of this mess out. We knocking it out. So y'all gonna see me in this makeup for a little while, but it's okay. I'm gonna switch up the look for y'all soon, and y'all are gonna see different looks in the shorts and all the other stuff. It's just this is the look for yeah, this is the look for these videos. So like this is the look for these videos. Definitely. All right, so welcome back to the Self-Love Addict podcast, episode 4, season 5, stepping into your power. Okay, if you are not aware of who I am Jay White. Jay White, if you don't really know, but I am Jay White. Okay, I am the lovely host of this here podcast. I started this podcast to document my testimony on my journey to self-love, so I could stop y'all from making the same dumb mistakes I was making. So without further ado, let's break it down. Stepping into your power is the process of remembering who you were before the world changed you. It's a recall process with God to bring you completely into his will and into his purpose for your life. Stepping into your power is encompassed by 3 stages, and the first of which is stagnance, and that is the stage that we are operating in for the first 5 episodes of the season, and right now we're on episode 4. Stagnance is defined as not flowing or running as water, air, etc., stale or foul from standing as a pool of water, characterized by lack of development, advancement, or progressive movement. A stagnant economy, inactive, sluggish, or dull. Emphasis on dull. So, when ish gets real defined, y'all. All right, so according to Urban Dictionary, because that's exactly where I went for the definition, when someone tells you to get real, they want you to get a reality check and to start behaving as though you're living in a fantasy world. Could apply to pretty much anyone or anything, as in a company or organization. That mentality is not living in reality. Okay, so first of all, that mentality is not living in reality. I'm weak. Like anything that's not mentally living in reality, I'm weak. Y'all, I'm sorry. I can't read all the time, but it's okay. This is the moment basically where you realize you had too many shots. You realize the other person is gonna hit you. That moment when it hits the fan. This is the stage, but it happens in steps. It's like a calm, and then it's like the storm. So for me, well, no. For this episode, we're going to be talking about the calm. So, like, the first section of it. So, like, when stuff get real, it's like 2 sections. It's like the calm and it's the storm. It's like this little time period before where it's like you feel like, I feel like shit gonna get real, but I don't really know. It's that gut feeling you get right when you get to the party. You're like, maybe I should go home. Like, that feeling. Like, yeah, that's the area we're talking about right now. So, calm defined. It's not showing or feeling nervousness, anger, or other emotions or other strong emotions. When we're talking about the weather, it's basically free from the wind. So, calm versus peace. Calm is used when someone is not excited or upset, even when there's cause for it. Like, even when there's a reason for this person to be mad. They're just... Peace is like when someone or something has reached a quiet state after some period of disturbance. It's a difference, boo. Okay, so let's dive into that difference. So with calmness, something could be disturbing this person and they're still not moving. Whereas peace is like, you've disturbed me and I've been and now I'm at peace because I was disturbed, and after the disturbance, I've relaxed. Now I'm at peace. So that's the real difference between being calm and being at peace. So what's really happening here in the calm before the storm? Like, there's cause for alertness, okay? So that's what I need you to understand about this time. There is a reason to be alert. Like I said, like when you're walking to the club, like, and you feel like you don't need to be there, you're already on the swivel. So there is a reason for alertness. But for some odd reason, you are not acting on what needs to be done. That little gut feeling is just, you're not acting on it. You done had too many shots at the bar, but for whatever odd reason, you have not carried your ass yet. Like, stuff like that. Homegirl is clearly ready to swing, but for whatever reason, you're still talking. Like, things like that. Like, you just are not moving when there is cause for disturbance. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so this is what's really going on. You feel the winds picking up. So, like, you see things starting to be unstable around you. Like, you see stuff going on around you. It's not necessarily happening to you yet. But you know what they say. That's a sign that something in the neighborhood. Like, if it's going on around you left and right, like, it's in the neighborhood. It's coming. All right? And then, like, the temperature drops. Okay? So, like, we talking about real, like, weather here. Okay? Like, think about, like, the calm before the storm, like, in the actual, like, weather times, okay? Like, you know, the winds really do pick up. It get, like, real windy outside. Be like, whoosh. And then after that, like, it get real cold. Like, it be getting cold. And, like, I know y'all remember this. I used to play outside all the time. So I know y'all know what I'm talking about when I'm saying it get cold. Like, it be them winds, and then all of a sudden it just be cool, and then like the sun be gone, and it's like all these, it's overcast, and you be like, what happened? Like, you just be like, yeah, I was outside, I was hot, I was sweating, and then it started feeling good, and then now it's a little breezy out here. Okay, so with the temperature dropping in that area, that means people start like treating you a little, you start peeping the like, you always peep the underhanded comments and stuff, but you start waking up to it now. Like, now you're starting to be like, all right, you know? So, like, you see people get cold around you, and like you start feeling like more alone on the inside. Y'all been through it, been there. If you're there right now, please know I've been there. Like, shit, right now while I'm making these videos, I'm sure it's people that think I ain't got no friends, and don't get it twisted, I do got friends, but like, a lot of my friends, they not available, accessible to me. A lot of my friends are moms, they don't live here, they got niggas, they got businesses, they not available to be buddy like we used to when we was kids. So, like, I'm not going out with the girls every weekend. I might have something planned once or twice a year, but like, for real, we ain't moving like that no more. Like, people got things to do. Like, we all got stuff to do. Y'all see me up here on this YouTube trying to be like, I'm not out. It's Saturday. It's Saturday night. I'm in the crib on my phone talking to y'all. Okay? So just know, like, if you feel alone, like, maybe you're being called to do something else. Like, I would say, like, ever since college started, around the end of my first semester, I believe it's God now looking back, has been pulling me to solitude. Like, I'll make friends with people and want to go out and go have fun and go party and do stuff. And then for whatever reason, friendship ends. Then I'll go out, I'll meet friends, I'll try to go out and party and stuff. Whatever reason, friendship ends. And like, every time I'll go out and try to be a part of a group or go try to be friends and stuff, it'll just end. It'll just stop. And it's like, no, I don't want that for you. And like, I'm realizing now it's because the path that I'm going down, the things that I want are supposed to be added to me. But like, I have to go down the path that God has for me in order for me to have those things added to me. I cannot go seek out the things that I want added to me and then try to align my path with those things. That's not how it works. You got to go follow the path that God has for you. And then all of the things that you desire, as long as they're within his will, which as you follow God, your desires will become his will. It just happens. If things fall off of you, like, there are people who will be surprised to know that I don't drink liquor no more. Like, I'll probably take a shot if I'm out, but like, for real, I don't do that. Like, I don't like it. It's, ugh. I'd rather not. Like, beer, wine me, please. So just be like aware, like, Just go down the path that God has for you, and just know that the things that are for you will just naturally come to you. The things that aren't for you will naturally fall off. You will naturally decide not to do those things anymore. And just your desires will naturally line up with what God wants for you. Like it'll just happen. So, like, if you're feeling alone right now, like, that is my word for you. Cause I've been there, and like I know what it feels like to always be searching for a group of people, or just people in general who understand where you're coming for, or where you're coming from, and just who get you, and just for fucking once you don't have to teach them how to understand you. Like, I get it. It's hard, but like you're meant to be misunderstood, Barry. Like, I'm sorry. You're meant to be misunderstood. You're meant to set the pace for everybody that's like you that doesn't talk about it. So like just like I'm doing that right now for you, you're meant to do that shit for somebody else. So just go ahead and live your truth and like walk your lonely path. Like do that shit. And ain't nothing lonely about being alone. Like it's okay to be like there's so much love you can find in yourself when you're by yourself. Like I got cute, beat my face, and got up on this camera. And I look the fuck. I'm overjoyed that I'm recording these videos. And like the more I record and the more I check off my to-do list, the better I feel. So just get all up in it. Get into your gig, girl or boy or person, them. Yeah. Okay. So that's what happens when temperature drops. And then after that, storm clouds gather. So basically, the chips start stacking up against you. You start waiting for the storm to break, and you like bracing for impact. So like this is when the little things start happening back to back. So for me, during 2019, this was when like my job at the time, that little staffing agency, fucked him, tried to fire me, or what they did. They fired me and stuff. But like in the process of doing it, they was like trying to stack up this paperwork against me. Bogus as hell, by the way. That's why they ain't got no digital presence now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they was like stacking up their paperwork against me. Um, as far as like finances and stuff, I just wasn't feeling it. As far as friendships and stuff, it was just kind of, I was getting a little tired of the routine of everything. I won't say that they were bad, because it wasn't. It was just becoming the same thing every day, and I was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, when you just do the same thing over and over again all the time, and it's just like it gets boring and you get worn out with the cycle. That's kind of where I was with everything. And so it was just all kind of building up, and I was just kind of waiting for some shit to happen, because it just felt like some shit was gonna happen. Like it was just a lot going on. I'm like, you know what? Something about to happen. Like I don't know what it is, but something about to break, and this is about to be a lot. And I kid you not, I got fired, then the world shut down. I was like, oh, I knew something was coming, but I didn't know it was that. Yeah. So that's what happens in the middle of a storm. All right. So in the middle of the calm, that is when complacency hits its peak. Okay. You have peak stagnated yourself. You have entered the place of stagnation of no return. Like you are here. Sorry. Here to stay. Literally. Okay. You are complacent as hell. You're fine. But like you're not happy. You just kind of wake up and go. Like, but you feel the gaping emptiness in you. And it's like you're on autopilot. You know there's something that needs to change. You know something needs to happen. Something's gonna happen. It's like, ooh, you're on your eggs. It's like you're walking on eggshells, but you're relaxed about it. You know that meme of the little puppy with the mug and everything's on fire around him? That's you. Like that is you in the middle of this place, the calm before the storm. You're just kind of sitting there like something's gonna happen soon. I don't know. Maybe the ceiling will cave in. I don't know. Something's gonna go on. That's you. And then also that's when the buildup begins. So like you start seeing all the synchronicities. Sorry, y'all, I'm looking at my outline on my iPad. You start seeing all the synchronicities, but like in a bad way. Like you start feeling out of sync with where you need to be, and you start feeling the tension build as to like who you are and who you want to be. They start like doing that. Like you start, because like don't get me, if you're a visionary like myself, like throughout this whole process you're constantly thinking of the version of yourself that you want to be. Like there's a person that you just want to be, but for whatever odd reason you just cannot bring yourself to make the decisions and take the actions and steps to become that person. You just stay in your box. And so like when the build up begins, you start feeling that person you want to be that you'd been thinking about. You feel that person like breaking out of that box and being like, I'm coming, like by any means necessary. And like it gets hard. Like it gets really hard. So that is the definition of when ish gets real. Part one, the calm. Okay, so part two will be coming, but in the meantime, you will enjoy this interview with Tasia. She is one of my clients. She is also a friend. She's fun. I like going to her. Please go get your lashes done by Tasia. But yeah, I'll be interviewing her. We'll be talking about when things get real, but more so the calm side of things. Please drop your questions about the calm in the comments below. Again, if you do not watch the podcast on YouTube and you're listening, please leave a comment. If you're on Spotify, if you're on other things, leave a review and put your questions there. If you are on one of those platforms that I do not follow or have an app for, I would suggest DMing me on social media. I am at The Life of Jay White on everything. So yeah, find me, at me, DM me, and ask me all your questions. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week at 11:30. All right, have a lovely day. Bye.